Good afternoon, all. Welcome back to another fly time tutorial, I guess you want to call it. Small time flies here. Okay, this is take number 3 for this fly. First time I tried to tie this, I goofed up and didn't tie it right because I haven't tied it in a while. And the second time I tried it, I literally did what I was talking about, and I wound my thread too tight, and I literally cut my foam right off. So to alleviate that, instead of using a gel spun or stuff thread that's a little bit tougher, I'm going to use just standard thread. So, okay. First off, and the vise is a 200R. I like these for Chubby Chernobyls, whatnot. And especially when I tie my stimulators on these, they're great because if you can tell, instead of a straight and curve, it's a little bit of an arc into the curve. It kind of feeds into the curve itself. Okay, so this is just regular tan unit thread. Okay, I'm learning that if I want to use deer hair, yeah, use the Vivas. But for all other applications, all applications, you want to use just standard thread because you need to learn the thread's breaking point. You know, where is it going to snap? Okay, so coat your hook with some thread. Okay, first things first, want a little bit of flash in the rear end, so I'm going to take and tie in some, this is just root beer color for crystal flash. Okay, just to get it in there. Bring it up the shank of the hook a little bit. Okay. Then double it back. Okay. To the back of the hook. Okay, and this basically just gives the rear end a little bit of flash. You know, it kind of helps attract the trout, you know, because you're basically using this fly as for a hopper dropper type deal. Okay, and trim that off. Hopper dropper type deal. Okay, for stuff like that, or if you're in fishing hoppers out west. But this has proven to be a really, really good pattern. I mean, fish actually love this. I'm not what is with it, but it's awesome. Now you want to coat your hook with some dubbing. You can use any kind of dubbing. I'm going to use a flashy stuff. This is I think it's called root beer, maybe, or not root beer, but Dorcel color. It's just off, but it's a flashy dubbing. What's going to help again attract trout. Okay, so got to watch with this stuff because it's kind of tough to get on the hook sometimes. Okay, actually, you know what? Should be able to like delete all this stuff and do multiple takes. I was going to use this stuff. I used it on my other one, and it worked out really nice. Just a brownish, okay, because I'm using tan foam. It kind of like offsets it a little bit, you know. Darker underbody, lighter foam. Again, less is more. Take, you know, start a good dubbing noodle, you know, get it on there. Don't clump it up, whatever you do. I learned my lesson the hard way with a lot of different flies. Okay. All right, get it on there. All right, start back here. You want a good underbody for this fly. Okay, good underbody. You notice when I go around, I go like this and I twist. Okay. And again, gonna need some more. So, but whenever I go around the hook shank itself, I kind of like twist the dubbing so it's on there really well. I like this kind of dubbing because it has like a little bit of shagginess to it. It's irritating my nose. A little bit of shagginess to it. I think there's look like some UV properties in there too. It kind of like catches the light, which is pretty cool. I can't remember what kind it is. I put it in my dubbing dispenser, and I found the color. I'm like, oh, I'll use that. As far as like thing I found, if you have a lot of dubbing, which over time you will gather a lot of dubbing. Okay, this is what I did. It's just a plain old box. Okay, put all your dubbing in it. What you do, drill holes in the bottom, and just kind of like pick it out as you go. I think it holds like, I don't know how many, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, like 30 some different colors of dubbing, so it's great. So you're not having all these dubbing packets, you know. You can label it on top, I mean, if you want, but I don't, you know. It's just better than having all those dubbing packs everywhere. Makes your life a lot easier. My theory is work smarter, not harder. So, all right. Again, get yourself a good underbody. Okay. Once you're good, you know, then you want to kind of like open wraps, wind it back to where, right about there. That's where I usually like to have the first tie-in point. Now, I'm going to use 2mm craft foam. Okay, you can get this stuff anywhere. Okay, I actually got this batch online off of Amazon. Has all different kind of multitude of different colors. And then I went to Michael's and I bought this behemoth. And there's like, it's almost every shade of brown you could ever imagine. There's brown, pink, I mean, it's all good for this kind of hoppers, which is what you want. Okay, so back in here. Let's see, am I still recording? Yes, I'm still recording. All right. Now I have the flash in the rear end. Okay, take a 2mm craft foam, about a hook gap in length or hook gap in width. Again, non-exact science. Taking and then cut your strip. Okay. You want to kind of get a little bit of a pointy, in the rear end. You can see that real good. And then just kind of like take it, overhang it a little bit. Okay. Pinch wrap. Loose. Tighten it down. Okay. Don't do like I did and crank on it. Okay, because the last fly I did, it literally, I got the rear end done, went to tie down, and it literally cut through the foam like a knife, literally. Okay, next is your silly legs. You can use whatever kind you want. I'm using it's orange and black barred. Okay, so you start on your side. All right. Start on your side. All right. Usually you would loop this end around, tie it in, and then cut it. But since I goofed up my last fly, I kind of saved most of the supplies, so I could do this. All right, and then take on the other side. You have to make sure that it's captured by the thread, because sometimes they kind of would want to wiggle and not work out for you. All right, make sure that's in there good. Okay, and we're gonna kind of help once we get this started. We're gonna help tease these legs out, and I'll show you what we're gonna do. And this is a size 8 hook. You can tie these on like a size 4, or even as big as a 2. I mean, you get big son of a guns. But if you're tying that big, you maybe want to either double the size of the foam, or not foam, but the little bit bigger foam. Okay, I've seen ones. I think another one version of this has 2 layers of foam. So if you're going that big, you might want to like double your foam up. So maybe I'll do a video on that later. Okay, once you got that, your wing is going to be very robust. You know, this is just a white polypropylene yarn. You can actually use the EP trigger point fibers, which is really nice. I use that on like all my stimulators, which is kind of cool. Okay, so get your wing there. All right, and silly legs are going to fight you tooth and nail, so just be prepared for that. Okay. Once you got it on there, what you want to do is kind of a neat trick I learned from my guys at Fly Fish Food. Take and make like a little bump, a little bulb. Tie that down. What that does, it kind of forces that wing backwards a little bit. Makes it nice. Okay. And again, we're going to do I want to show you a trick here. It's going to actually even make your legs kind of splay out even nicer. Okay. So, once we got that, now we're going to take some dubbing. Nice little thin noodle. Okay, get it on here. Okay, nice, nothing bulky, nothing real huge, just nice thin noodle. Is what you're going to do. You're going to sneak that dubbing in between those legs and up over top of the wing to kind of cover up. Because what that's going to do is force the legs outward. You're going to splay out as well as cover up your thread wraps. Okay. All right. Once you got that, kind of wind your thread forward again. Go to about, I'd say right there would be good. Okay, maybe a little bit further right there. Okay, and again, don't do what I did before, you know. Just get this now nice and snug, okay? All right, once you got that, you're gonna do the same exact thing as you did in the back, okay? Now, this is where I can show you the little trick with the loop with the legs. Again, anything with silly legs is going to fight you tooth and nail, just so you're aware of that, okay? One side. Now, this end, you're going to take a loop around to the front, like that. Get on there. Capture it, okay? Kind of keep it right there for now, because, like I said, these are already cut in the back, but I'll show you why you want to keep that off there, that loop intact for now. And again, go to your, polypropylene yarn, cut a strand off, okay. All right, get it tied down. All right, get it kind of nice and a little bit loose, snug it down as you go in. All right, snug it down. Again, do your little bit of your bulb, or I guess your hump. Loosely, snug it down a little bit. Okay, snug her down. All right. Now, again, cut it off. Cut your wing off. Again, this fly, I'll show you, I'll kind of like brush it out and I'll show you. All right, now they got your wing on, you're going to do the dubbing trick that I showed you guys. Just kind of take a little bit of dubbing, get it on a little bit of a dubbing noodle. Go between the legs, over top of the wing, okay? Between the legs, over top of the wing. Now, when you cut the legs, they're going to kind of stay where you want them, which is nice. You know, silly legs can be, I love them, I love using them, but they can be a pain in the butt sometimes. All right, now that you got that, you can take and bring your thread forward, okay. Kind of form a little bit of a dam, you know, to kind of prop that foam in the front up. I'll show you why here in a minute. Kind of prop it up. Once you get that, bring in your whip finish, you know. Bring the whip finish. Hold that all back. Once, twice, 3 times. And get on there and step. Okay. Now, the front of the head is kind of like anything, you know, whatever you would prefer. I go a little bit longer, tend to go a little bit longer because it just makes it a little more of a profile. Okay. And then kind of snip off the edges to make a little bit of a triangle of a head. Okay. All right. This is where you can kind of like manipulate your wing, your legs where you want them, you know, get them up there. Okay. Then you need to trim them off. This is all personal preference. Okay. All personal preference. Just trim them off, you know. All right. once you get, okay, a little bit shorter. Just a little bit. Be careful you don't go too short, because you can't. You can always keep like taking a little bit off. You can't add it back on once you're done. Okay, get some head cement in there. Okay, what I like to do is like right here where the legs are attached, just put a little bit of head cement in there to kind of help keep them stay put. Because once if fish really start chomping on this, they're gonna tear your fly apart. Okay. Back on there. Okay. Once you got that, take a comb, or your comb or whatever, and brush out the wing. I'll show you why here in a minute. Notice how much it makes it. It fills it out a lot better. Okay. It spreads it out. It fills it out. Okay. That's what you want in a nice, robust wing. Okay. That's what you want. Okay. And that, my friends, is a Chubby Chernobyl. Like I said, there's many other different versions. This is mine. Hope you enjoyed it. Tight lines, everybody, and have a good day.